Well, the sun has been thawing most of the streets and roads in Helena, but snow can still be found on many popular trailheads around town. MTN's Lindsay Ford has more on what to expect when taking to some of the area's most frequented hiking destinations.
Most of the trails that are higher up in elevation, like Mount Helena and Mount Ascension, still have quite a bit of snow.
Definitely encourage traveling with micro spikes or yak tracks or whatever you have. Otherwise, they can be pretty slippery.
Evan Kalesa, trails coordinator for Prickly Pear Land Trust, said that if you want to get out and stretch your legs, it's recommended to stay on trails that are lower in the valley, trails like 10 Mile Creek Park and the LeGrand Canyon Trail. Regardless of lower valley or high elevation trails, winter does cause damage to trails.
So our trails stand up to the weather pretty well. But this time of year is when we can see the most damage. So, I mean, you can kind of see when we're standing here, you can see all the footprints with water welling up in them.
Bikes can also cause damage when riding on the wet, soft ground, leaving trenches.
It's not that we encourage people to not use the trail. There might be times where it's so muddy where we will recommend that people don't use trails. We're not at that point yet, but just be cognizant of the impact you're leaving and to keep it concentrated on the trail.
Kalesa is referring to what you can see here, footprints along the outside of the trail, which widens the trail and kills the vegetation around it.
Even though it's muddy, stay on the trail because it's a lot easier to deal with footprints and tire prints in the trail than when people are going around things and widening the trail, and that's when we see a big impact.
Prickly Pear Land Trust partners with the City of Helena and the U.S. Forest Service to help maintain trails. In Helena, Lindsay Ford, MTN News.
Kalesa says he's been updating trail conditions every Tuesday and Friday on the Prickly Pear Land Trust Facebook page.